Shalom Akim. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Ruach Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. And salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing this truth for sincerity. Shalom Akim. I want to get into this biolab found in Las Vegas. This is not the first biolab they found in America. They keep finding them, in different states, in different places. They're often found off in the desert, some remote area. And when they go into these things, they're finding highly poisonous things and gases and body parts and stuff of that nature, man. I seen the news was talking about it earlier, and they went in there and they emphasized, and I went on YouTube too and looked it up. They emphasized the fact that they didn't go in there and use the natural gas masks. They had to come in there with the air packs on them, because this was highly contagious over in that area. This house, this stuff was found. They got the guy who supposedly was making this stuff. He's a Chinese nationalist. The same rhetoric that's always played. An enemy of the United States is here, and the United States supposedly doesn't know that they're here, doing this stuff. But this is the same story that goes on and on. And we know Esau likes to point the fingers. He'll have a friend and then befriend him and point the fingers like he was the one who did it the whole time, But that's just the way he rolls, man, And like I say, this biolab, that's some scary stuff, man. And especially the things that were found in there, man. In America, we have something called the CDC. They sit down there and they have different diseases that they control and manipulate in a building. And every now and then, they'll give you a warning. Oh, a disease just escaped out. Somebody came in and ran out with the package of the diseases, so to speak. That's how this devil thinks and how he plays the people. But in all actuality, we know that the devil is actually allowed his people to come in here and do this. He's allowed, his enemies and enemies to come here to do the work. And we just see that, man. We're not stupid to what's going on, man. Let me bring that out, man. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. At least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. You know what I'm saying? So one of his devices is propaganda, and he likes to lie. He likes to try to push things on other nations. In this case, he's lying, saying that that they didn't know about this guy and everything, but all the time they track him and they get him right before they're getting ready to let off whatever bomb or whatever chemical they were getting ready to let off. They always catch him right before it happens, man. What a coinky ding, But at the end of the day, let me bring this up because the way Esau is going, we're in the scriptures and we know what's the downfall to this place, what's getting ready to happen to this place, So we're not trying to continue on in this place, so to speak. After the brothers, other than the brothers pushing this word, and doing this work. After that, we're done with this place, so to speak. We don't have no ties to this place after this. Other than this truth. This is Ecclesiastes. Phone acting up. This is Ecclesiasticus 14. I'm gonna do 14. I'm gonna start at 5. It says, let me start at 4. He that gathereth by defraud his own soul gathereth for others, that shall spend his goods righteously. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods, man. So Babylon, was set up for a short time. He ain't gonna be able to take. He ain't gonna be able. It's a wrap after this, man. So you ain't gonna be able to have pleasure in this place, man. And that's a cut to you 2/3 that are still trying to build up here in Babylon, man. You know, this place is over with. It's done. You know, the Lord has an expiration date for this place, man. And you trying to hold it on into the refrigerator, think you can pull it back out later, it ain't gonna happen, man. This place is done with, man. The Lord is done with this place, man. The happiness is done away with this place, man. Here it is where a few years ago, you had a guy by the name of Joe Biden in office, and him and Kamala, they allowed all of America's enemies into this place, man. So, you know, what did they do? One group said, man, you don't know me now, but you're going to know me very soon. So these guys, these splinter cells, they allowed into this place. They're doing their work. They're doing what they have came here to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. Yeah, they're doing their job, man. This is Jeremiah 49:15. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. You know, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and thy pride of thy heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So it's the Lord that's going to bring Esau down, man. You know? Also, as well as put the thoughts into him to do the things necessary for his downfall. You know? Jeremiah 49:17. As also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this place is about to get done away with, man. You know, all the wickedness of this place will be done away with as well, man. You know, because this place has been a beacon of wickedness. Once again, like I spoke earlier about the CDC spot in Atlanta. You know, they just sit down there and they make these different diseases, chemicals, and different things of that nature, and then they just harbor it supposedly. You know, and then every now and then, like I say, something get released, you know. But we know that it's just not no coincidence of these things happening, man. Esau's in bed with these with these damn devils, with the enemies, man, with these heathens, man. You know, at the same time, that's gonna be the downfall of them, man. You know, the pride has deceived them, man. Like scriptures speak about, man. You know, we are at the tail end of this devil going down, man. You know, and it's beautiful to watch him go down, man. Let me go back to this Sirach 14, and I'm gonna go to 6. There is none worse than he that inventeth himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness, man. So yes, the diseases being unleashed here in America are the recompense of his wickedness, man. You know, so yeah, we got different people getting sick out of nowhere, man. You know, even though it's cold season, but still, it's something else going on, man. This ain't no like regular cold that people have, man. You know, something's unleashed into this atmosphere, man. You know, and we got chemtrails that's still being blown in the wintertime. All these things come down onto the people. What about, they also talked about how they take the dead bodies and use them as fertilizer, you know, on our vegetables that we eat. And it was crazy because I was just eating a salad, eating some broccoli, and that's what they said, man. They just sprayed dead human body parts onto the broccolis and veggies that we eat, man. You know? So, yeah, we're upset with this place, man. We need the Lord to come back and do his will to this place, man. You know? And at the end of the day, like I say, you know, these heathens that are here to do the Lord's work, you know, because they got Esau. The Lord has Esau in a trick bag. Because Esau, in his heart of hearts, thinks this place is going to continue on. Just like the 2/3 think this place is going to continue on. And so, you know, the heathen are here. They're doing their work. They're doing their job by putting different sicknesses and things out into the atmosphere. They don't care. I remember watching the news about not too long ago where China had sent different seeds here. They said they sent like a pack of seeds here. They said if one of those seeds would have just gotten to our vegetation, it would have manipulated and multiplied, you know, throughout the whole soil, man. You know, and whereas this happened already, Esau's done that with the monosaccharin seed, man. You know, with the GMO seeds. So yeah, this place is ripening for the picking, you know. So when you hear about these biolabs found and they show the picture of Moabite, you know, us being this truth, we were able to decipher that we know that he didn't just come all the way from China on a humbug. He was sent. He was here to do a job, and his job, every now and then Esau has to expose his own wickedness. So that's what happened, man. And like they said, there's more biolabs around America that's going to be being exposed very soon, man. Let me bring this out real fast because at the end of the day, this is not our rest, man. He says, let me go straight to the point. This is Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. So at the end of the day, this is not our rest. This is not our place to be trying to build up and have these spectacular things here, especially knowing that this place is going down, man. The signs are all around you, man. The Lord is showing us signs, man. Those of us that are in this truth and are in the knowing. With that being said, I'm just edifying. Shalom, Akim.